Henry David Thoreau, a famous writer, once said, "The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it." What's the price of your life? Have you ever asked this question to yourself? Have you ever felt weak, incapacitated? Have you ever felt motionless? Hi, my name is Anand Shukla, and this is my story. Back in 2007, I was this person. Absolutely unmotivated. Did not know where my life was heading. I wanted to do something about it, but couldn't. I was a single child in my family, and therefore having no brothers and sisters did not really help the situation. Both my parents were working, and they had to because they had to provide for the family. That meant that I had to spend a lot of time with myself without a solution. I had a great job as a banker. I was a good employee, but every day I went to work, I realized that that should be the last day of my work. I was not happy there. As a child, I was really curious, always asking questions to my parents, to different questions of life. And I knew that if I had any hope to come out of this delusionment, then it was in my curiosity. I knew that I had to do something in my life so that I do not dissolve within my own being. One day, I was walking back from work, and I saw this small kid playing in the puddle of water on the street. He was happy. He did not realize where he was, his environment. He was just playing, getting dirty, but he was happy. And I asked myself this question, why is he so happy? And I realized that this kid was having fun. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be this kid, this person. I came back home, couldn't sleep the whole night, and I went back to work next day, and I quit my job. I told my manager I couldn't do it, quit my job, came back home, told my parents that I quit my job. They were shocked, but they can't do anything about it because I already did the deed. After 23 countries and 9 years later, here I stand before you as a storyteller, sharing the story of my life. One of the things which really stuck with me was the experiences that I had while I was traveling to the 23 countries and the time period that I had to interact with people. I will share some of my points which I think helped me. By no means these points are solutions, but these are my experiences. And maybe if you follow them, then one day you may become a better version of yourself. Choose your own colors. What does it mean? You remember the time when you went to kindergarten, детский сад, детский сад, and the teacher gave you a blank page with a couple of sketch pens and asked you to draw. You drew. You did not care how the dog looks like. Your dog was pink, your bird was blue, but you drew. You chose what you decided was the best creative expression of your identity. That's what I realized. Creating an identity by the things you like would help you much more in life than adopting any theory. Choose your own colors. Choose the way you want to be and create the identity. How many times we have gone to work and heard this one sentence, I'm really busy. I'm really busy. I don't have any time. But you know what? I've realized in my experience so far, being busy is okay. But I believe being occupied is much better. Now, you may ask, what's the difference? You know, when we read a book, we are occupied, but never busy. And this is the difference. When you're occupied with an activity, you're focused. Your whole being is trying to absorb that activity without being imbalanced. And when we are imbalanced, we are always telling people that we are running for this work, running for that work, and then we say, at the end of the day, I was busy. So try and be occupied with a task. Learn. I'm pretty sure all of us here know the value of learning. But I found out the hard way. I found out that when you travel to different countries where you do not speak their language, the best ideas come when you adopt the culture, when you start opening yourself to learning. May it be foreign languages, may it be learning the way to cook a new Hong Kongese or Cantonese dish, maybe learning a new play. Try to open yourself to learning. When you become a curious individual, when your curiosity takes precedence in your life, trust me, you will never be bored. I'll repeat that. When curiosity takes precedence in your life, you will never be bored. And if you're never bored, then I'm pretty sure you will find some activities that are interesting in your life. Laugh. Smile. One of the best tools that I used during my travels, especially when I never knew the language, is smiling. Smiling is the best non-verbal communication tool that you will ever learn in your life. And trust me, it works much better when you experience it, when you share it with someone else. Try and smile when you travel. Try and smile when you meet people. And trust me, you will feel the sense of ease within your own being. When I speak about adventure, many people have this image of a person jumping out of the plane or maybe doing a bungee jump. Sure, that's an adventure. But what I realized, that having the sense of adventure is more important than doing something adventurous. Maybe some of us are not able to travel to different countries. Maybe some of us do not really have the money to join different seminars or workshops. But that does not mean that you cannot have the sense of adventure within yourself. Maybe you have passed a bridge 100 times when you go to work and you never stop by. Well, stop by. Look. Observe. Try and read the book which your friend told you about, but you never really had time to. Feeling the sense of adventure does not lie in the activity. Feeling the sense of adventure lies within you. It lies deep within your own curiosity. And once you realize that you have the sense of adventure, that you have what it takes to actually take that extra step, to feel the thrill, the excitement of one activity, things will change for you. Today I stand before you and I'm going to tell you, no matter how positive you are in your life, there will be hardships, hard times. Trudní vremya. Thank you. But that does not mean we give up. Hard times are actually good because hard times will allow you to use these points. Hard times will make you in front of yourself, and you have to look at yourself and you have to ask a question again. Do you want to be the same person 10 years ago, like I was? And at the same time, hardships will always bring bad times. But what matters is that how you look at it. I love this movie, Rocky Balboa. And Rocky Balboa in his movie says, it does not matter how hard you hit. What matters is how hard you get hit and still keep moving forward. It does not matter how hard you hit. What matters is how hard you get hit, still keep moving forward. You remember the time when you were a kid and the first time you stood up on your own 2 feet? Everyone around you were happy. You stood, you took your first step. Your family, friends, everyone were happy. Stand on your own 2 feet today. And I'm pretty sure everyone around you will be happy. One of the things which I came across while I was researching for this story is that Buddha and Leonardo da Vinci, who were born centuries apart, had the same exact thing to say about life. What did they say? They said that if your experience contradicts with conventional wisdom, follow your experience. Follow your own heart. Be your own light. Because sometimes whatever you read might not be true for your life. You have to make your own decisions. So therefore, it does not matter how slow you walk until you don't walk back. So, my story is my story. And all the points that I've shared today, choosing your colors, being occupied, learning, laughing, having the sense of adventure, not looking back to the bad times, not having regrets, are my experiences. And I hope that tomorrow you will get a chance to experiment, because life is a big experiment. I really hope that you will take back something from today's story. My name is Anant, and this was my story. Thank you.